My dear friend, Professor Kamakoti, Director IIT Madras, convener of Think India, Ms. Akanksha Warde, dignitaries, young students, professors from different institutions, from IIT Madras, and friends from media. I'm very much thankful to the leading think tank, young think tank of our country, Think India, for inviting me to participate in the two-day conference, two-day deliberation in the banner of Dakshinapatha, the southern path. I'm very much thankful for inviting me, and very much thankful to IIT Madras to hosting this great interaction between young minds of our country. I'm told more than 300 delegates from 20 prominent centrally funded institutions are congregated here with some concern, with some plan, with some strategy faced by society today. You all are here to deliberate, discuss and find out way forward, listening with experts. Yesterday also some prominent social scientists, social authority came to address all of you. You also participate through interaction. And today, few of them have already spoken and few of them will speak up to the concluding session. Friends, it's my fortunate to interact with a young, committed group. I personally believe change, evolution, all these are continuous things. And who are the catalysts of this change and evolution? A microscopic minority is the only group who come together with a specific topic, specific concern. They deliberate in detail, analyze the challenge, analyze the situation, and they start creating new pathway. I'm happy you all are here to discuss certain concern of society. I have been assigned to put forth some issue, put forth some concern, or address some concern, how as a government, how as a system, we are taking forward this challenge through implementing National Education Policy 2020. Friends, I will give some little bit background. Today, the student community in country, formal student community in the country is around 30 crore. 26 crore in schools and 4 crore in higher education. In that age group, I believe there is no formal counting of that institutions or that age groups, because GR at class 1 level is almost 100% today. But when they are coming up to standard 12, around 30% students are not continuing up to standard 12. And that by that time there is substantial number of dropouts. All students are not joining colleges, not joining diploma institutions. Some of them are going to ITIs, some of them are going to skill forces, skill centers, and many of them are going to workforce. Little bit education, little skill, maybe zero skill. Due to socio-economic condition, they are compelled to join the workforce. If I put these two numbers together, 30 crore formal students and around 10 crores of youngsters, those who are either in other kind of institutions and in the workforce, in that age group. National Education Policy is a philosophical document to achieve the target of Vikasit Bharat by 2047, by next 2 decades. In each and every recommendation of NEP is very fundamental and very there is very entire clarity of the recommendation. We have to implement in toto the national education policy. Some of the points mentioned by my dear friend Kamakotiji. In school education, we are going for a paradigm shift of our textbooks. If I cite 3 examples, what is the why I say this is a paradigm shift? Till now, our education system was examination centric, certificate or degree centric. Prime Minister Modi rightly said, we need degree and certificates, but we need competency. One of the primary recommendations of NEP 2020 in school education is skill-based education. For the first time, from standard 6 onward, skill will be a subject in our curriculum. Previously, skill was optional. Skill was elective. But henceforth, skill will be the formal part of education as a subject. Number 2, just now I met a group of students, those who joined IIT Madras. I am very much thankful to Kamakoti and his team to create a framework for joining, to facilitating special talent students, those who have qualified JEE Advanced, but somehow due to their sports activities, due to their music engagement, due to their focus on Olympiad kind of thing, they could not do because they could not get time to memorize the things. So they could not come to the higher bracket of the rank. But with this progressive policy recommended by NEP, lot of talents from sports, talents from music, talents from special ability, they are now joining in the IIT with their choice of subjects. Looking into that, in the school education, we have created a framework for sports, art education, like skill education. I think this is the primary paradigm shift recommended by NEP in the school education. Number 2, giving emphasis on language. Because friends, I am a Udiya. Now, this AI, what are the practical implications of AI? One of the implications of AI is translation, language conversion. As a Udiya, I am speaking in English, but I am thinking in Udiya. My human intelligence, my HI, is facilitating me to think in my mother tongue. There are 2 parts of the thing. One part is communication, one part is thinking. For communication, we may have learned many languages. We may learn English, no problem. We may learn Mandarin. We may learn Hebrew. If you have to go to DefTech to tie up with some Israel company, we have to learn Hebrew. So there is no problem in learning multi-language. I would like to learn Tamil because Tamil is a vibrant thinking society where Sangam literature is mentioned, Tirukkural is written, and a very vibrant and agrarian economy. Innovative economy, innovative populations are there. I have to learn Tamil. But to understand the thing, I have to learn my mother tongue. To analyze the problem, to find out solution, I have to understand the challenge. I have to find out the problems. I have to find out the solutions. For that, I have to proficient in my own mother tongue. So NEP is recommending for proficiency, for understanding, for critical thinking, you have to be mastered in your mother tongue. For communication, for the marketplace, for the business, for the trade, you may learn another language. Those willing to be critical learning, critical research and development, for the innovation, they have to be proficient in their mother tongue. This is one of the paradigm shift of NEP, whether it is school education and in the college education. Language is a priority area. Friends, we all know, we all are prisoner of a foreign strategy. This country, I am happy you all are sitting in the southern part of our country. Because if you go by thousands year history of our country, This country is a big, huge, phenomenal civilization. We have our own root and backgrounds. But due to continuous invasion, in northern part we could not hold our some basic things. Now we are recreating all these things. Sri Ram temple at Ajodhya is one among the example, one of the sign of that recreation of our civilizational glory. But you all are fortunate in the southern path. If I went to Tanjavur, I saw the Brihadeshwar temple. Thousands years ago. In those days, there was no IIT Madras, there is no Kamakoti. There was no structural engineers. You go to any village of Tamil Nadu, you will find this temple. I had been to Tenkasi. Just imagine, I think Tenkasi to Kasi might be 3,000 kilometers or 2,000 kilometers. But there is similarity. This is a civilizational link. Kasi and Tenkasi. Both are Shiva Mandirs. Both the societal Shaivites. This is the cultural link. In those days, thousands years ago, you people, southern part is little bit saved due to this geographical situation and due to strength of this society. Somehow you could uphold the civilizational route till now. So you all are fortunate to sit and here to look into the challenge of 21st century in the Dakshinapatha. Rightly you have named this as Dakshinapatha Summit. This summit will certainly going to create a new landmark for our intellectual thought process of our country. Coming back to NEP, rightly Kamakoti mentioned about the interdisciplinary of education. And Happy Kamakoti is smart, he's not only a professor, he's a diplomat. He's a policy framer. He took the opportunity, he hosts Dakshinapatha for the Think India, but he took prize of that. Using this platform, he has signed 3 MOU. This is smart management. In one of the MOU, what did he do? Tie up with a prominent medical institution and IIT Madras to create a dual degree, MD and PhD. What they will do? What they will do? They will find out solutions for public health. This MOU may create a new Western in our country. This can create a meditech industry and ecosystem in this part of country. Now crime has come. This national education policy, just now I met a young group of students, those who are participants of BSc data science online students. Before 2023, this system was not there. On 23 onward, I think this is the 3rd batch. You took admission of 3rd batch, BSc data science. A boy from rural part of Tamil Nadu studying in a very small college in commerce degree now will join IIT Madras in the course of data science. He or she will have a dual degree, one degree in her own commerce college in the native of Tamil Nadu and an IIT Madras degree of BSc data science. I met a girl, I asked her, what do you do? She said, I will be authority of data analytics. Yes, I feel proud. The GCC are coming. GCC are coming. She may be run her own GCC on the data analytics of the global requirement. This is the outcome of NEP 2022's multidisciplinary models. And I congratulate the today's MOU. We may surpass John Hopkins. Someday this collaboration may surpass John Hopkins' finding. This is the recommendation of NEP 2022. And you said, credit framework. How do I see? How do I relate this thing to 2047's developed India's target? How I feel? Friends, if we go by 2011 census, if we extrapolate that up to 2025, 75% of our population is literate according to the definition. That means 25% are still to be literate. Literate in digital literacy, our population is little ahead of FLN. People are smart enough to operate their smartphones, but they fail to sign their name. They fail to calculate the numerology, but they can use the touch screens in their phones. They can operate in telephone numbers. They say little bit dichotomy in our education system, in the societal function. But still, we can say 75% of our population is literate and 25% is yet to be literate. How can we do that? Just imagine, can a state, can a nation will have the ambition to become a developed nation by next 2 decades without 100% literacy, 99% literacy, can we achieve the status of developed nation? We can't. What we have to do? NEP has recommended a policy, credit framework. I appeal to Think India, I appeal to youngsters of country through Think India, through sensitive thought bodies, who will take care of these 25%. That means these are only around 30 crores. We have 30 crore students. We have 45 crores working population. Sizable section working population is not part of this literate group. I want to derive a point, around 40 crores people are there where if they will take responsibility of 1% by next 2 years to make them literate, the country will be literate by next 3 years. Think India should make plan and strategy how to take this challenge and how it is related to NEP. Now NEP is recommending to give credit. Now if we will plan, and Government of India's Minister of Education is planning accordingly, if we plan to give credit to a student, if you will teach literate at least 5%, you will get 0.5% credit. This was not there before. Now this new architecture will have 2 benefits. The boy and girl will go to society and learn many things. Going to society itself is a learning many things. Learn many things, and they will contribute substantially by making someone literate. This was not there before. Now it is the new policies recommending for that. Now, as Kamakoti said, now in this national education policy, we have a strategy to search out talents, find out talents. Now we are in the job of preparing the new curriculum of standard 11th and 12th. How we are planning? This all in planning level. How NCRT or NCF is planning to implement that? Previously, in the 11th and 12th level, there are 3 courses: science, commerce, and humanities. Now we are planning, can we put skill as another vertical? A student may study mathematics, language, and computer language writing. That's coding. Now new technology is emerging. Drone is a new technology. AI is a new area. Semicon is going to be a big affair in our country. Electronics is going to be a big affair. Mechatronics is going to be a big affair in our country. We have to train our youngsters, skill our youngsters, align our youngsters in that's changing aspiration. So now we are planning in class 11, 12, can we put a special skill ecosystem as a specialization in 11 and 12? Can football be a paper? Just imagine mathematics, history, language, and football. The boy can compete. After some time he can be a good mathematician, but he will have to be a good sports teacher also, sports person also. We have to have a paradigm shift our educational teaching learning method and strategy at an appropriate level. NEP is recommending that, and we are on that job. Friends, innovation is not a new topic. It was a topic. It was a subject. It was a narrative. It was a matter to be looked into previously also. But Prime Minister Modi, when he envisioned the Atal Innovation Mission, and rightly after that in NEP 2020, innovation became a priority area of this government. In 2014, we can count the numbers in our hands about the startups. Today, the registered, I think today we signed a MOU with one of the startups from IIT Madras, those who are calculating how many startups we have in our country, what is their financial condition. Boss, you must have to authenticate with your data. But other competitor will may ask, put a finger on us. But today, our authentic data, more than 1,75,000 startups are there in our country. I came to this meeting just before coming to this meeting, I met a group where I met young startups. They have their own dreams. Now the new narrative after national education policy, students, they may be few. But as I said, the determined minority creates history. Today our startup ecosystem may be little in number, it's not little, 1,75,000. But what I saw, the spark in their eyes, now the new narrative is they are job creator, not job seeker. Now IITs are competing each other, now youngsters are competing each other. What is their package or how much, one side, what is their package size? Other side, how many people they have engaged. This is the recommendation of national education policy. Entrepreneurship, innovation, these are the priority in national education policy. Friends, technology is a priority area for all of us. Every time. Technology always impact our life. And technology, sometime, as a student of public policy, always I see, last 200 years, after Industrial Revolution 1.0 create many each of the human to the human being. From that period, society or individual influenced by technology follows technology. Now, there's opportunities coming where technology will retrofit the aspiration of society. Technology is going to readjust themselves. What is this AI? As Gayatri Kamakoti said, entire world is fearing AI. It will take job. But I am in India, I am confident Indian youngsters will ride the tiger of AI. I am confident. Every day my confidence is increasing. I met a boy just now. I was heard about him. I go through some newspaper and I listen about him from some of the experts and authority of our country. There might be some multinational company developed AI platforms. Also, our IIT Madras has developed an AI platform, Sarvam. The Odia boy is a very proud moment for me. He belongs to my native place. I didn't know about it. I didn't know from Professor Kamakoti today only. I met the boy just now. He's a product of our Indian education system. He has a fire in his belly. Just imagine what will happen. But now, I was talking to him. Tirukarur is known in Tamil Nadu. What is there in Tirukarur? Tirukarur represents the philosophical background, what Veda has envisioned. What all our leader of our Renaissance has interpreted in different time periods. Tirukarur will be now known to all part of globe in their native language, not only in Indian language. Using Sarvam AI, days are not far away. We will promote Tirukarur in the different part of the world. We will show the civilization of Indian strength. Friends, there is a debate going on who will overpower whom. This technology will overpower society or society will ride through the technology. Being an Indian, being a philosophical society, do you know, entire Western civilization is stuck up with one point regarding, they are very fascinated about democracy, though they are not Democrat in practice. We Indians are Democrat in practice. In 4th century, in Tanjavur area, I think it's Tanjavur area, there was a rock writing, rock interpretation, Shilalekh, where There is a description of how democracy is here in this area. This is in 4th century. Now technology will magnify all these things with multilingual in Russian language, in Spanish language, in Hebrew language, in English language, in Mandarin language. Will showcase our values. Finally, in society, for a well-being of a society, values matter, not material. Ideas matters. To put forth our ideas, values, inheritance, our civilization, our culture. Now, through this kind of innovative technology, I am confident our youngsters will create a new entrepreneur model to create a global impact. That we are doing now, we are in the right opportunity, right time, we have right opportunity. इसलिए प्रधानमंत्री जी कहते हैं कि यही समय सही समय है. अगर मित्रों हमको 2047 तक भारत में, what is the condition of FLN today in our country? Today, if you test a standard 3 boy or girl about the proficiency of standard 2 education, 40% are pass, 60% are below the average. If we put this standard 2 material in the standard 5, the statistics are little bit improved. But you put this question in the standard 8, if you put a question to standard 8 with the questions of standard 2, the learning material standard 2, the outcome is 60% are proficient, 40% are not so proficient. That means, what is our target? Our target is to by standard 2, we have to have 100% proficiency in age appropriately. We have a lot of things to do. How do you do that? Using technology. NEP is recommending we have to use technology for equitable education, for accessible education. We have to create new instruments also. Friends, previously all these things were not there in our policies. After 35, 34 years, we envision, the society envision, I say, I am fortunate to work with the late legendary visionary of our country, Dr. Kasturirangan. I interacted with him. Friends, with full responsibility, I can say, after formation of our constitution, when do we envision our constitution, we had a huge consultancy mechanism. Huge consultancy mechanism. After that, the constitution took shape. Baba Sahib Ambedkar envisioned the constitution. After constitution, due to vision of Prime Minister Modi and due to hard work of Dr. Kasturirangan and his team, we could create a larger consultative document, philosophical document in name of NEP. Now, institutions like IIT, organizations like Think India, our eminent persons like you all are present here. This is a document of a government. This is a policy of a government. This is a document, this is a philosophical document for 21st century for the global harness, for the global peace. That's why in India we say Vishwa Bandhu. We have envisioned the Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam in action. NEP is the document of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam in action. The recommendations are for global well-being and the catalyst will be Indian youth. We all are fortunate. I am confident with this kind of deliberation, we will review, we will retrospect, we will march ahead with our philosophical commitment. Thank you, friends.